Hey, it's Les from the TV Dudes. This year, as part of our coverage of ATX Television Festival Season 8, I was lucky enough to chat with Amber Stevens-West and Tiffany Dupont, who played Ashleigh Howard and Frannie Morgan, respectively, on Greek. Hope you enjoy.
I think 2 or 3 times today people have set me down for interviews with Greek now and then tried to catch me up on Greek, like I don't know Greek. And I've had to stop them and go, I'm sorry, I may have given off the wrong impression. I've seen all of this twice.
Oh my gosh,
how funny. I would agree with that.
I refuse to call things guilty pleasures. That's a dumb term. Just
Thank you.
Enjoy
You know
the
what?
thing
I
you enjoy.
say that too. Thank
Yeah, be proud.
No
Like
guilt.
what you like.
Guilt-free pleasure.
Or at least don't look confused when it gets canceled and tell your
Yeah.
friends about it.
Thank you.
Aww.
I think people don't expect me to have been in a fraternity in college, and I was. I don't know why my friends in Austin didn't know me in college,
Okay.
and so I have.
Where'd
friends,
you go to school?
University of Tulsa, and
Tulsa.
then I finished out here. I transferred to Texas.
How
Okay.
funny, I get the opposite. Oh, you were in a sorority. I'm like, no.
No.
No, I was not. But, okay.
But I was an art major, and so like
Oh,
my friends now
cool.
that know me
Okay.
are like, how did you put up with them? So I always loved Greek because it kind of to me presented. Cappy's fraternity was what we wished and thought we came off as.
Probably most fraternities.
Right?
wish
Yeah,
they were.
everyone wants to be a Kappa Tau.
Kappa Tau.
Really, we're all in khakis and tucked in shirts.
Yeah.
I went to the University of Georgia, so know all about that.
Yeah.
It's the uniform.
Yes, exactly. I've never owned that many Dockers, and give me
Little
shirts in my
polo.
life.
Polo. You gotta have a polo man on your shirt or it's not okay.
For both of you getting to be in this show, it's been a little bit now. Was that reflective of your experience in life? Did you see the show and think, oh, that's college-y for me?
It was college for me. I started the show in the same years that I would have been in college, essentially. So I
Exactly.
didn't go to university. I was in community college, part-time, trying to be an actress. And then got this show, so I couldn't go to school anymore. So that is all I know. I had a lot of friends that joined the Greek system, and when they went off to school and stuff. So, but they would all be like, "Yeah, it's exactly like your show's exactly like what we do." We also have those events or whatever they were called,
Completely.
and Penn Hellenic, and all the
All the stuff.
meetings and all the things, and so. But all my experience is only through.
You
the
went
show.
to college on television.
I did.
100%.
I got paid to
to go to college.
Well,
I got
I
paid
was-
to go to college too, but completely different.
Yeah.
I always find that ironic that so often child actors playing kids aren't getting a normal childhood,
Right. How
but they're
interesting.
portraying a normal
Pretending
childhood
to
on
be-
screen.
Yeah.
I had just finished college, or I was finishing college my first year in LA, so not on Greek. And I went to the University of Georgia where Sean based a lot of his information on the Greek system based on that school. And it's a huge deal. Everybody wants to be in the Greek system. I couldn't do it. I was actually really flattered to get asked to join, I believe, the AOPIs. And I was like, girls are asking me to be a part of the group. That's so cool. So nice. But I didn't end up doing it, and then I had a boyfriend who was in a fraternity, so I got the Greek experience via him, and the way trips and all this stuff, and it's so interesting, but a lot of fun. It was great.
Did you have any moments in the script where, or in filming the show, where you had to reach out to a friend and be like, you didn't really do this in college, right?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, I definitely have a few girls. There are some very specific personalities that are actually real people. It's a little scary. I remember a couple girls where I'm like, oh, I've met her, and she's in Frannie, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if it is, but some of the girls that are they go to their 8 a.m. class perfect, everything, I just got up and I threw on sweatpants. Oh my God, when did you wake up? I was sleeping. There's just a lot of, I don't know how you say, rules that they follow very well, I guess. And it's very interesting.
That's always a weird period of time. You have that many people who are kind of weaning on deciding what adults are. I'm an adult now, and I'm just going to make up what that is, and everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
And a lot of lot of us guessed wrong.
Yeah.
I think that's what's so fun about the show is that everyone kind of relates to that feeling of being in their early 20s. Like when for younger people watching the show, they were like, "Oh wow, that's what I'm going to be like," and that looks so fun, and I want to,
if I'd
go
been
to
in high school then,
college.
yeah.
But then if you were in college or later watching the show, you could so relate to that
Completely.
like that 20-year-old trying to figure out who the hell they are
Yeah.
and what they want to do with their lives and like all the regrettable decisions that they make,
Well,
and
I-
it was just so fun.
It's so fun. I think too, the most valuable thing I ever took from college wasn't even like what I studied necessarily, but the experiences of your friends and boyfriends and thinking you were going to do one thing or the other and it didn't work out. And like, I think, Casey and Ashleigh especially, like they navigate so many of those life decisions on the show. Well, everyone does, but you guys had that like really amazing friendship. And actually some of my, if not my best friends have come out of college and just that time of your life, that developmental time, but just what you learn about yourself is more valuable than even what degree potentially that you got.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, in talking to the producers a moment ago, they mentioned something I hadn't considered, the relative time scale. When you're 20, talking about spending 4 years with people, that's a fifth of your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's huge.
Well said.
And
yeah.
so it's a much more impactful period of time, I think, than I would consider like 4 years.
Now. Yeah, interesting.
But I'm 40 now, so 4 years is not as huge a
nothing.
no,
thing.
it's only 10%.
That's why time
of your
speeds
life.
up as we age.
Let's still not do the math.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. How funny.
In the course of getting to do your characters, were you surprised, either of you, by the arcs that you got to take?
Frannie does not have an arc.
Well,
She doesn't have an arc. She's just mean the whole time. Come on. She's like, I'm on a mission for myself. That's it. Get out of my way.
well, she gets brought back a little bit, but even then, it's kind of a reticent. Are you going to be the villain
No.
still?
Yeah, I think she just was the troublemaker. I kind of wish she had an arc more than she did. I randomly picked an episode last night, and it's the one
Which
where she
one?
starts the ICAPs, the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are like, you mean the
100% forgot about that.
Totally did too.
Didn't we like burn
Is that the
each other's
competing
house down or
sorority, right?
something?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's like, oh, I'm starting my own sorority, and you guys are like, what? And she takes Rebecca with her,
Yes.
and it's terrible.
Totally forgot about
It's
all of
really
that.
fun. And then
I'm
you-
glad you brought that up.
Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, Panhellenic. God. I was like, I need
These
to-
words that we
and I don't know. God.
Definitely didn't know what Panhellenic was.
Yeah, ICAPs. I don't remember. Iota Kappa Iota.
Yes.
And you guys were like, yeah, icky. And she's like, no, ICAPs.
That's a fun storyline.
Yeah, I was like, I picked a good one. I was like, I'm watching one.
Just gonna
I'm just
randomly,
gonna
yeah.
pick. I had no idea. Why am I saying any of this? Oh, because Frannie,
Storyline, yeah.
she kind of is, a little challenged, but she doesn't ever show her cards. That's not what the show's about. It's like, it's supposed to be fun, and somebody has to create conflict, and that's Frannie. But she's always got a plan and a backup plan to the backup plan, and like makes it happen in whatever way she can. And she's terrible. I was like, God, you're an awful. I can't stand. There's one episode in the first 10 where she's like yelling at some meeting with the dean and everybody. And she gets up, she takes the mic from Cappy, and she's like, "This is what," and I have to turn it off. I'm like, it's so obnoxious. I'm like,
That's just 'cause you're watching
weird.
yourself.
It's
Yeah.
weird. I'm like,
But she was a
not
great
me.
character.
Yeah.
I love that people
She was
think that. That's
necessary.
good. She was definitely necessary.
She was necessary to tell a story.
I always
Yes.
wondered that. Is it delicious to get to play a villain like that,
People ask
or does
that
it?
all the time. I think it is, but after 40 episodes of being mean, I'm like, oh God, oh, I'm ready to not be. Oh, the saying, I know, right? Definitely became a part of my personal vernacular.
Yeah.
I know, right? I'm like, oh God. So, that's not bad, but it's fun to have. But again, like it's not that kind of show where we're going to learn about why this person is so self-driven and not the best way, and we're getting into her backstory really. I think they tried to do that at the very end when she came back. The very, very end, there's like a sad scene where something about her mom, and I'm like, this is too little, too late, guys. I don't really think anybody cares. I don't even remember.
I don't remember that.
I'm
That's
so
hilarious.
sorry. I have no idea. But yeah, it'd be nice to know why she's so horrible.
Maybe if we make a movie,
Right.
we could do a Frannie origin story.
It's gonna be a spinoff, Frannie.
The
Yes,
show's
just
called
Frannie.
Frannie.
Yes.
An
And
exclamation point.
I'm not sure who's gonna see it, but I will do my best. I'll try hard.
As far as Ashleigh's arc, did you all the secret relationship and all of that? Were there any favorite points or seasons
there's
where
a-
you went, I get to do this?
I thought it was interesting that she dated her professor. That was interesting. I mean, it was fun meeting my husband on the show. That was cool in real life. I think storyline for Ashleigh, though, was it was great that in the very beginning of the series, she was kind of just like a follower, kind of, like a really happy person, but a little lost and didn't really know what she wanted, and, had this like kind of crap boyfriend. And then throughout the series, ended up becoming the president of the sorority and like didn't know why and how to handle that responsibility, and then like really figuring out what she wanted out of life and going for it. And so I liked her overall arc, because I think a lot of people can relate to that, like not knowing who you are in your early 20s in the beginning of college, and then you figure out what you want to study and where you want to take your life, and then hopefully by the end of by graduation you're like confident to go out into the world. And I feel like that was Ashleigh's story.
I felt the same. It's part of why I really loved your character. In season 1, you watch Casey criticize her at times for, fairly or not, for being flighty or for being whatever, and usually when Casey's really down. And then the show, though, is this solid process of watching Ashleigh get more sure of herself, get more confident, step out from her friend's shadows. And it was a wonderful background story that I could watch as a through line for the whole show.
I feel like
I'm glad you caught on to that as well.
You were always such a sweet, like, hey, actually, let me center you back into reality, when Casey was like, oh, it's going to be fill in the blank.
Yeah.
You're like, actually, it's okay, because boom, 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 boom. Like, you were like the bright side of things for her.
Yeah, it was
and
a nice relationship that they had with each other. Their friendship was.
And then like the fun references to, you're like, oh well, I get to wear my camo shorts or whatever. Like you always had some like hilarious reference to your outfits. The one I posted today. I don't even know what we were doing in that episode, but we're all wearing various. I don't even know what the theme is, to be quite honest.
Was that the
you have a
military thing?
Yeah,
that was the Don't Ask, Don't Tell party.
Right.
Which someone asked me about in the other room. They were like, could we do that now? And I was like, I don't think so. I think the show would be, little things like that would be done differently.
Yes.
The TV Dudes is an independently run podcast and a member of the Permanent Record Podcast Network. We are exclusively listener supported. If you'd like to help us out, please go to patreon.com/TVDudes. You can like us on Facebook and Twitter @TVDudes, and help us out on iTunes by giving us a 5-star rating and writing a review. To find out more about us, go to thetvdudes.com and permanentrcrd.com. I'm Grant Davis. Thanks for listening.